My name's Liam Brooker. I work in the Council's Member Services team. I provide policy support and other kinds of support, mainly for the Council's cabinet members, the senior councillors. And I also help to take a lead on some of the Council's major projects that are of particular interest to members. Our customers are, first of all, members, especially in member services. Secondly, it's the other officers in the Council who come to us for help dealing with, when they need to make contact with councillors, that kind of thing, when they need advice on that sort of level. And also members of the public who often have our direct line numbers and will call us up. I'd hope they're pleased with it. I mean, personally, I do a lot of work with people phoning up about parking who can be very upset. And we aim to be as sensitive, sympathetic as we can. We aim to give honest answers, and I do think people respect the fact that we will be as honest as we can with them. That sometimes doesn't mean we'll give them what they want, but we'll explain why we're doing what we're doing, because sometimes they don't understand that. Sometimes it's as simple as that. We'll give them time, we'll let them talk, and often that's enough, I think, to leave people going away feeling they've had good service because they have spoken to a person. Our customers would say we're good at taking away complex issues in particular and getting them resolved. We have the authority of members behind us in a way that perhaps some other areas wouldn't, because questions aren't coming in on behalf of members. And also because of the nature of the team we work in, because between us in our team we work across all areas of the Council in one way or another. Often we know the contacts in different parts of the Council that we need to bring together to get a solution. So if you have a complex question about housing, benefits, social services, for example, one individual in one of these areas isn't necessarily going to know how to go about dealing with other people, and we are very lucky in that we have the advantage we do know that. I think in terms of what we could do better and what's particularly challenging, sometimes it's taking the sort of council approach to things and breaking down to people how that works. And I think, in common with lots of people, we could do that better. We could think more closely. I certainly think I could think more closely about actually what does my explanation mean to people, because it's not always obvious what we mean when we use not only acronyms, but when we talk about departments, when we talk about services. It's not necessarily apparent to someone, nor should it be, that the person who's responsible for painting the lines on the road is a completely different person to the person who's responsible for handing out the parking tickets. I think they're a customer in that if you commit to do something, if you commit to give them something, you should live up to that commitment and honour it. So if I say to someone, I'll give you this by Friday, I will do that, and if I can't, I'll have an explanation. I mean, clearly there are differences. Someone within the Council is more likely to know, for example, if I say I'll have to go and speak to parking, what that might mean. But nevertheless, I think they're still customers. I think there's still a certain standard of service you would expect to observe, because I'd expect to be treated the same way. Stay calm. We get some phone calls from all over the place. Some of them are lovely, some of them are aggressive, but I've always found that staying calm, not getting drawn into an argument, staying measured is absolutely critical and does help calm people down and does help persuade people that they're being listened to. Doesn't always work, but nothing does.